blackjack, roulette, and a dedicated area with 4 betting windows and 11 kiosks. The ultimate sportsbook experience. Go where fans become fanatics. The Fanatic Sportsbook in the gallery at Ocean Casino Resort, and join the Sports Bash live from 2 to 6 with me, Mike Gill, every Monday.
School's back, and the savings are bigger than ever at Matt Black Kia's Back to Savings sales event with 0 down, 0% APR, and no payments for 90 days. That's right, 0% APR for 48 months on every clearly marked Kia with 0 down and no payments for 90 days. Stuck in a loan or lease? Matt Black Kia wants to get you released. If you have a job clearing $450 a week, we want to get you approved today. And with our 4-day love it or leave it return policy, consider it your hall pass, no questions asked, only at mattblackkia.com. Because when it comes to savings, it's got to be a Matt Black Kia. Call 215-703-8526 for details.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's. Warm up this fall with an incredible seafood boil. Try the Uncle George with succulent snow crabs, tasty mussels, and shrimp. There's the Pete's Feast with 2 pounds of sweet succulent crab legs, a dozen shrimp, clams, and a pound of mussels. Or create your own boil. Add a lobster tail or a delicious Dungeness cluster. Include smoked sausage, corn, and potatoes, served in our tasty broth, made with white wine and our signature seasonings. A shellfish lover's dream at Chickies and Pete's. Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's, the official sports bar of your world champion Philadelphia Eagles. Go where the players go. Come join us all season for Eagles pep rallies, watch parties, and the best in-game experience anywhere. Ice-cold draft beer, world-famous food, and fan-friendly fun for every Eagles game. Every Monday night in South Philly, the Jordan Mailata Show, presented by Miller Lite, followed by Chicky and Pete's Players Lounge with a current player, hosted by Ike Reese and Hugh Douglas. Go where the players go. Chickies and Pete's.
It's game time, New Jersey. The playbook for this season's action is on DraftKings Casino. Play thousands of popular slots for a shot at jackpots. Over $400 million has already been awarded. New players get 500 spins on Huff and More Puff over 10 days. Download the app, use code DK973, and claim your spins after your first $5 wager. Get in the game with DraftKings Casino, home of the largest jackpot win in online casino history. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or older, physically present in New Jersey. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins issued as 50 spins per day for 10 days. Valid for featured game only and expire each day after 24 hours. See terms and conditions at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends October 5th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time.
Home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
They've got him! It's a sack!
Sixers.
Oh, baby!
And Flyers.
He scored!
97.3 ESPN. WENJ. WENJ HD. Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
The following program is paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schweim. The opinions expressed are not those of Town Square Media or station advertisers.
To the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schweim.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schweim.
It is a beautiful Saturday morning down the shore. Nick Earnshaw filling in for Billy Schweim this morning. No Schweimer today. We'll get to that in just a second. But what a night for the Philadelphia Phillies and Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola breaks the record last night, passes Robin Roberts on the Phillies' all-time strikeout list. He is now just one spot behind Steve Carlton. 1,800 strikeouts, over 1,800, 1,876 to be exact for Aaron Nola last night. 9 strikeouts, a season high for Nola. We'll get into all that today. Phillies, they're on the table. Eagles versus Tampa Bay. We'll get into all that. We'll break that game down as well. And, of course, we will get in to yesterday's media day with the Philadelphia 76ers. My goodness, do I have a lot of thoughts on that. We'll talk about that as well. It's all on the table. We also have Tommy Greene joining us, brought to you by Blitz's Market in Ocean City. Remember, $1 off Liquid Sunshine if you mention the locker room. So TD Green will join us at 10:30. Fran Mclaughlin, sponsored by the Philly Pretzel Factory in Egg Harbor Township. He will give us the high school athletes in the spotlight at the bottom of the second hour during the show today. So we'll get into all that. We got those guys coming on throughout the program. Going to be a lot of fun. But I do want to start with this and send my condolences out to Billy, Bobby, and his family. Billy's brother-in-law did pass away. That is why he is not here. He is attending their services today. So that's why he's not here. Just want to send my condolences to Billy. And also, this is the first show we've done since learning about the passing of a good friend of the show in the locker room. The sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sherapan, passed away this past week with his fight with cancer. It's tough, man, to say the least. We had so much fun with the sportsbook consig, doing the show with him when he would jump on Saturday mornings and throughout his tenure, hanging out with Billy, hanging out with the locker room, right, on a Saturday or a Sunday morning. We're going to miss him dearly. If you haven't seen on social media, I mean, the outpouring of support for him has been fantastic. I know they honored him on ESPN Bet. They honored him on the Pat McAfee show, and countless others did as well. And we will honor him today. So later in the show, we're going to do a little best of with the book, just a couple of minutes of some funny moments that we had with the sportsbook consigliere. So stay tuned for that as well. Just a really tough loss. Just an amazing, amazing human being, 55 years old, way too young. We are going to miss him deeply here at 97.3 ESPN and the locker room. So with that, we're going to get into some sports today, and we're going to start with the Philadelphia Phillies. Last night, like I mentioned at the top, Aaron Nola, I mean, just dominant. He comes back roaring last night. I mean, he had a perfect game for a while there, and he was pitching lights out. He looked like prime Aaron Nola last night. And I'm a big Aaron Nola guy. I've been a big Aaron Nola guy, and there's reason to be critical of Aaron Nola, okay? I understand that. He is a divisive figure for some reason in this city. I can understand why, because he struggles at times. It's called the Nola coaster, right? But last night, you got to give the guy credit. Gets the second on the all-time Philly strikeout list, and he pitched a lights-out game. And it begs the question, because it's this time in the season. There's 2 games left, today and tomorrow. I don't think I'm going. I mentioned yesterday, I don't know if I'm going anymore to the game tonight, but we'll see. Anyway, listen, he took that perfect game into the 6th, just utterly dominant. 8 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts, and a walk. That is the Aaron Nola that I know. And the guy who, coming down the stretch, usually pitches well in big games, right? So I want to ask the question, because it seems like with the Phillies already getting the bye, okay, they're locked in at least to the 2 seed, locked into the 2 seed in the DS. That is where we're at right now. However, they do have an opportunity to still get the 1st seed. It's not out of the question yet. Okay, they're still in it when it comes to getting home field advantage throughout the postseason, through the World Series, if they were to get there. So if the Phillies win today and tomorrow, and the Brewers lose today and lose tomorrow, the Phillies are in. So they need the Brewers to lose twice, the Phillies need to win twice for them to get the 1 seed. If not, if that doesn't happen, then the Phillies stick it to, they still have home field in at least the DS, and if they were to move on to the NLCS, then they wouldn't have home field if they faced the Brewers. That's how that would work. Okay? Now, with Aaron Nola pitching so great last night, you got to think about it. You got to think about it. The lineup's kind of set for the pitching rotation, right? It's going to be Sanchez, Ranger, and then I guess Luzardo, right? But did last night's start from Aaron Nola change your mind on having him start in the playoffs? 609-403-0973. That's 609-403-0973. Did that one last start for Nola last night change your mind on having him start in the postseason? I want to hear from you. Once again, 609-403-0973. We're going to get into a lot of Phillies today, Eagles, Sixers as well, but I want to start with Nola. He has had some positive things said about him by the manager. Last night, quote, "That's who he is," from Rob Thompson. That's what he said about Aaron Nola. However, it also has been discussed about the possible bullpen role and having him come out of the bullpen. Aaron Nola has not come out of the bullpen. He has not come out of the bullpen since he was at LSU in college. Okay? Now I want people to think about this. And Paul Hembekides was on the Sports Bash earlier this week, and he made an interesting point. You know, when it comes to Jesus Luzardo, and he's most likely going to be the third starter in this first series in the postseason, okay? But we know the times that he has struggled this year, there's been a problem with tipping his pitches and teams figuring out tipping his pitches. And Hembo was on saying this year, out of like any other year, he's talked to coaches, guys in the know, that there has been more pitch stealing of signs, and figuring out what pitch is coming, tipping pitches, because of video and all that, than any other year ever. Now, if you are the Phillies, you have the home field in that first round series, right? Game 1, Game 2. He made the argument saying, well, if he's on the road, he's more apt to fall apart and give up that blow-up inning because teams are figuring him out and seeing his pitches. And that's happened throughout the season. So, do you even think about it? Do you even consider it with Nola, having him start in that first series? Do you start Luzardo Game 3? Or do you start him Game 2? Do you go 3 lefties? Do you like that idea? Or do you want to see Nola in there? I know it's the Nola coaster. I know it was the Twins last night. They gave up their whole entire team at the trade deadline. By the way, Phillies have the best record in Major League Baseball since the trade deadline, and taking everybody from the Twins. Bader, Joan Duran coming on to save it last night. God, that entrance is awesome. But seeing Nola dominate the way he did, it begs the question, did it change your mind? Did that one start, I mean, he had another good start earlier in the month, right? He struggled mightily this year. He hasn't pitched a lot this year. Is he more fresh than a Luzardo, than some of those other guys, right? Because he hasn't pitched those innings. He's been a dog for you over the past couple of years. Innings eater, Aaron Nola. But did last night, 8 innings, 6 were perfect. Going into the 6th inning, he was perfect. Did that change your mind? And this is a discussion we've had, it feels like, for the entire year. What is that postseason rotation going to look like? And now with Wheeler out, what does it look like? It's a very fascinating discussion. We're only a couple days away from the Fightins starting the postseason. I'll get to some texts as we start. Danny from Summers Point, he says, I don't think Nola's start last night changes my mind to have Nola pitch Game 3. Luzardo has figured his stuff out as of late, so he should pitch Game 3. I can't argue it. I understand. Nola's been so up and down. It's his worst season of his professional career. No doubt about it. But, I mean, heading into the playoffs, he's been really good. And if you look at his record and the way he's pitched in games that clinch a postseason berth or clinch a series, he usually shows up. You have to think about that as well. The guy pitches well in some of those big games that are clinching games. And remember, you also have Walker Buehler, who you could piggyback off of him if Nola gets into trouble. Same with Luzardo. You have that in your back pocket. Last night was fascinating because he was dominant. I mean, dominant. I know it's the Twins, but that's a start that could give you confidence heading into the postseason. And we've seen Nola have really good starts in big games in the postseason. So I'm not going to sit here and say it's a given, but I think you should maybe consider it, right? He's never come out of the bullpen. I don't know what his role would be if he's not starting. I know they said they want to try maybe to have him come out of the bullpen. I don't know if I trust him. I don't know if I trust him coming out of the bullpen. I trust Walker Buehler. Trust him. He's shown me he can do it. He has. So 609-403-0973. That's 609-403-0973. Did last night's start from Aaron Nola change your mind about him starting in the postseason? 609-403-0973. I want to hear from you. Let me know what you're thinking. What do you make of the 3 straight lefties? Remember, if you pitch Luzardo, that's 3 straight lefties in the DS. Now, could be a more favorable matchup if you face the Dodgers, right? But do you want to get at least a righty in there? That's another factor into this. They've talked about him coming out of the bullpen. I understand that. But it seems like the Phillies and Rob Thompson have a lot of confidence in Nola. They think he can figure it out. I think he can figure it out as well. And if he gets into trouble, you yank him real quick, you have Walker Buehler. All right? I think that's just where you're at because you don't have Wheeler. You don't have a righty. It depends on the matchup, I feel like. It really does. But it's seemingly going to be the 3 lefties. But, man, Nola made a case last night, and you cannot dispute that. He made an absolute case last night. 609-403-0973. Let me know your thoughts. Where are you at on Aaron Nola? Nick Earnshaw filling in for Billy Schweim today here in the locker room. Wishing everything, all the best to Billy and his condolences to his family as well. That's why I'm sitting in his chair today, also producing the show. We're doing double duty today, all right? The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents and brokers, lenders, home builders, and developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you throughout the entire process from contract signing to closing, from the shore to Center City and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you. 15 office locations, New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. Call the OC office at 609-399-1227. That's 609-399-1227. All right, let me tell you about McCann Appraisers for all your real estate appraisal needs. Call John A. McCann and Associates at 609-263-7422. Whether commercial or residential properties, for estate tax or financial planning, divorce, or financing and more, the professionals of John A. McCann and Associates are licensed and ready to assist. Call 609-263-7422. All right, when we return, we'll continue with the Phillies talk as well as get into some birds as well. You're listening to The Locker Room. Nick Earnshaw filling in for Billy Schweim right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. Tomorrow, the Birds head down to Tampa to take on the Buccaneers in Week 4.
1st and 10 Bucs up across the 40. Mayfield back, dancing around. He is sacked back at the 30.
Pre-game coverage begins at noon. Merrill and Mike call all the action starting at 1 p.m. This is where the Super Bowl champs play. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's official Eagles station.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hi there, this is the Negadelphian from the locker room, and I might be negative about our Philly sports teams, but one thing I'm positive about is Elisa's shoes. Are you looking for the perfect pair of shoes? Then step into Elisa's shoe store on Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey, where style meets comfort. From trendy sandals or everyday sneakers or an elegant heels for a night out, they've got it all. Their friendly team is there to help you find the perfect fit, no matter what the occasion. That's Elisa's Shoes at Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey. Go to elisashoes.com or call 609-391-8859. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Go to get your game on at the Fanatic Sportsbook in the Gallery at Ocean Casino Resort. Cheers your favorite drinks while cheering on your favorite team. Go for the sports scene and go for the endless screens. Go where fans become fanatics at the Fanatic Sportsbook in the Gallery. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Go for the win. For more information, visit theoceanac.com.
Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I thought I was invincible.
Just a couple times turned into I lost count and gained an addiction.
I went from being ashamed to being optimistic for what comes next.
All it took was a call for help.
Letting people in let me finally start healing.
Addiction might be part of the story, but it doesn't have to be the end.
Call 844-REACH-NJ for 24/7 judgment-free addiction support or go to reachnj.gov.
A message from New Jersey Human Services.
We're famous for our buffalo wings. The Piccalilli. When it comes to cooking wings, we're the king. The Piccalilli.
Nothing goes better together with championship football and playoff baseball than the Piccalilli Inn. For game time, skip the lame chains and order the Piccalilli Inn's world-famous wings for eat-in or carry-out in 6 packs to go. Get your chicken wing fix on Route 206 in Chemung, New Jersey. Visit Piccalilli.com.
If you can't stop in, stop back. The Piccalilli Inn.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, welcome back in. Nick Earnshaw filling in for Billy Schweim on this Saturday morning in the locker room. A lot to talk about here in Philly sports. Going to have a lot of fun. Taking you till 12 noon today. A lot of great games today. A lot of great college football today. By the way, Penn State. Whiteout game tonight against Oregon. Yeah, I'm definitely tuned into that. Phillies play tonight as well. 2 more games left in the regular season. By the way, the Fightins are going to have an intra-squad game coming up this week. And the Phillies, you can buy $10 tickets as a fan and go watch. You believe that? How about that? The Fightins are letting you watch the inter-squad game. You know, they got to stay a little right? I mean, they got to play a little bit as, you know, they wait for their NLDS opponent. Because remember, they're not going to be playing in the wild card series. Not happening. So they are going to have an inter-squad game coming up this week. Tickets go on sale today at 10, so 20 minutes ago. They went on sale. October 1st, fans are invited to attend the Phillies Red October on deck intra-squad game presented by Citizens at 6 p.m. at Citizens Bank Park. That is from the press release from the Phillies. How about that? I wonder, do I get down there for that? I'll think about it. I'm going to think about it. 609-403-0973. Nick Earnshaw filling in once again for Billy Schweim. Our question of the day, did last night's start from Aaron Nola change your mind on having him start in the postseason? Doopy Doo's listening. She's chiming in. She texted in Billy's daughter, AG. She said, Nick, I think the Phillies should put Nola in the rotation. I can't hate that, Doopy Doo. I can't hate that. I love that text from her. Listen, he made a case last night. I mean, there's no way around it. He made a case. I know it's one start. But, you know, he's pitched in big games before. You have that argument, right? He's been there, done that. He's pitched for you in the postseason. He's come through in big moments. Now, has he struggled in postseason starts? Sure. Does he have the blow-up inning? Sure. Last night he was almost perfect through 6. I mean, that's crazy. I know it's the Twins. But, do you want to break up the lefties? That's a real question. It's a real question. And I think it's matchup dependent as well. 609-403-0973. Did Nola change your mind about having him start in the postseason? I don't love him coming out of the bullpen. The fact he hasn't done it since his LSU days, it's a long time ago, man. I was like 12 when that was happening. Come on. It's a long time ago. Dan in EHT, he chimes in. He said, yes, Nola would be my Game 3 starter. Have the walkers on speed dial in the pen to warm up in a hurry. I don't know what Taijuan Walker's role is going to be in the postseason. Will he even make the postseason roster? That's a question. Walker Buehler's been really good, right? That's why you go out and get him. Maybe just needed to change the scenery from Boston, at Clubhouse in Boston. We know all the stuff that was going on, the big trade earlier in the year. Maybe he just needed that change of scenery. And Walker Buehler closed out the World Series last year. So, and he's got a ton of postseason experience. He started a lot of games in the postseason. So let me know your thoughts. I mean, if the fact it was that dominant last night from Nola, his stuff was working. He was hitting his spots. I got a text coming in. I want to know what Tommy Greene thinks if he would go Nola or Buehler. Well, it's really, the three are pretty much set, I feel like, for the DS. I don't think they're going to change from the 3 lefties. I think it's going to be that. But Hembo brought up, like I mentioned to open the show, Hembo brought up on the Sports Bash this week about tipping pitches and a road start for Luzardo. It could be worrisome, to say the least. Everyone's going to try and look for that edge, right? And try and see, is he still tipping pitches? Something to watch. And he's pitched well. I'm not saying he hasn't pitched well. But do you want to break up the lefties? Do you want to go with a guy who's done it before? Remember, Luzardo was a pitcher a couple of years ago against the Phillies in the postseason, and the Phillies rocked him. Do you want Nola in that spot instead? It's a question. I'm just putting it out there. That's why I want to hear from you. 609-403-0973 is how you jump aboard. That is how you get in. Let me know your thoughts. We'll have Tommy Greene at 10:30 today. Looking forward to talking with him about it all. Gosh, this is like the best time of the year, right? The best time on the sports calendar is late September through October. Football's back. Basketball's coming back. And then you have hockey as well. I'm not going to leave out hockey. But the baseball playoffs. You just hang on every pitch. And Red October around here, you can't beat that. Best time on the sports calendar, for sure. No doubt about it, in my estimation. 609-403-0973 is how you jump aboard. Give me your thoughts on the Phils. Give me your thoughts on Aaron Nola last night. Did your mind get changed? Should he start in that first series? I think he'll eventually start. I think the Phillies won't really use him unless they have to in this first series. But I think you'll see him eventually. Last night was very encouraging. Very encouraging. But then again, it's the Nola coaster, right? He'll look great one day. And then the next day, he'll give up 3 home runs in an inning. That's just how it is with Aaron Nola, to say the least. So let me know your thoughts on that. By the way, I want to kind of set up where everything is on the postseason front, okay? The Phillies, I mentioned it at the start of the show. They still have a shot at the 1 seed in the postseason. They would have to win today, win tomorrow. Have to. The Brewers would have to lose today and lose tomorrow. They have to lose twice. The Phillies have to win twice. So, is it possible? Sure. Will it happen? I don't know. Now, on the wild card front, the Arizona Diamondbacks have been eliminated. They are out. The Diamondbacks, done. Out. They are eliminated from postseason contention. Now, it's the Mets as well as the Cincinnati Reds. Those are the two teams that are left in the postseason hunt to get that third wild card spot. Chicago's in, Padres are in. Those are the two teams that are in. The Cincinnati Reds and the Mets are tied right now for that third spot. Tied. Unbelievable. And Cincinnati owns the tiebreaker. They own it. The Reds can clinch it today with a win and a Mets loss. So the Mets could get eliminated. Where's Mr. Met? That would stink. That would stink. All the Mets fans were on their high horse when they swept the Phillies a couple of weeks ago. Now look at you. You're out on the outside looking in with 2 games to go and could fall apart today and fall out of it today. Gosh, I love when New York fans are upset and they get eliminated from stuff. It's just the best. All right, that's enough. 609-403-0973. Jump aboard the text board. Get your thoughts in on the Phils. We'll get to the Eagles a little bit later in the program. But on the other side, we'll go to Tommy Greene. We'll get Tommy's thoughts on all Aaronola, all about the Phils, the postseason, heading into Red October. We'll get TD Green on the other side. Remember, the first hour of the locker is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents and brokers, lenders, home builders, and developers and attorneys to facilitate real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you throughout the entire process from contract signing to closing, from the shore to Center City and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you. 15 office locations in NJ and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information about Surety, please call Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. That's 856-988-8900. All right. Now, do we love La Scala's? Billy will be back on the air tomorrow. They're going to do the pregame show from La Scala's in Brigantine. La Scala's Beach House in Brigantine opened a couple of summers ago to rave reviews. Your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandma made. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, and boy, do I love their margarita pizza, daily specials, and game day menu. Eat in or take out at La Scala's. Open Thursday through Monday, 1400 Avenue in Brigantine. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. All right, when we return, we'll go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene. You're listening to The Locker Room. Nick Earnshaw filling in for Billy Schweim right here on 97.3 ESPN.
College Football Saturday on ESPN Radio.
This is the best atmosphere.
6th ranked Oregon travels to Happy Valley to face number 3 Penn State in a whiteout game.
We've played in good environments before. They described it as a good one.
It's College Football Saturday on 97.3 ESPN.
College Football Saturday, brought to you by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Coverage begins at 7 p.m.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call and again, again and again. Call and again, again and again.
Tax season at Tom's River Volkswagen means we're paying the sales tax. Yeah, we've got over 1,000 vehicles on sale and we're paying the sales tax. Tell that nasty old tax man to go straight to Tom's River Volkswagen or Tom'sRiverVW.com because we're paying the sales tax.
Hi, this is former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver David Klemick. Are you looking for the ultimate spot to go catch the big game? Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township is your home for great food, cold drinks, and non-stop sports action. Whether it's an NFL, MLB, NBA, or NHL game, they've got all the action on their big screen TVs, plus one in every booth. Sink your teeth into their famous wings, juicy burgers, thin crust pizza, and signature stromboli. Thirsty? They've got ice cold beers on tap and handcrafted cocktails that keep you refreshed. So bring your crew, grab a seat, and feel the energy at Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township. It's where sports fans go to win. Tell them Dave Klemick sent you.
The John Deere Gator XUV lets you cut, pack, drive, scout, weld, stack, feed, pull, load, tow, spray, and haul, all in a single day. Because with the highest cargo box volume in its class, customizable features, and a towing capacity of up to 4,000 pounds, it gets the job done. You just have to get in the seat. Learn more at your John Deere dealer or visit johndeere.com/Gator XUV.
Looking for the ultimate sports bar experience? Welcome to Ventnor Social, Down Beach's newest upscale sports bar. Watch every play on 27 big screen TVs with a state-of-the-art sound system that puts you right in the action. Grab a cold drink, savor American eats and fresh seafood, and don't miss their unbeatable lunch, happy hour, and dinner specials. Enjoy live music on the open-air deck, an arcade for the family downstairs, and video games that will level up your night. Ventnor Social on Ventnor Avenue. Visit their Facebook page for up-to-date info and specials.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, welcome back into The Locker Room. Nick Earnshaw filling in for the Schweiner today here on 97.3 ESPN. Having a lot of fun. We're about to go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, sponsored by Blitz's Market, located in Ocean City at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagie, and gourmet burgers online. It's available at blitzesmarket.com. Don't forget to go there, stop by, and remember, you get $1 off if you mention the Locker Room of their Liquid Sunshine. All right, it's time to go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the Locker Room our good buddy, Tommy Greene. What's going on, TD Greene?
Good morning, man. Different voice this morning.
It is.
Used to hearing Billy.
I know. You used to telling Billy, hey, don't get too high, don't get too low. We're going to keep it a little more even-keeled today. How about that?
Yeah, that's good. That way my blood pressure don't get up.
I know. Usually mine's through the roof in the morning as well. But I want to start with the fight-ins and Aaron Nola, okay? He pitched fantastic last night. Perfect game into the sixth, and then went 8 innings and was just utterly dominant. It was a bounce-back performance that I feel like he needed. And we're asking the audience today, did it change your mind about having him get into the rotation for the postseason? What say you, Tommy? Do you think last night changed anybody's mind in the organization, and did it change your mind?
Well, also when you have an outing like that, obviously we know Aaron's capability, and it's good to see him right the ship last night more so and get going in the right direction. Is it going to make a difference on what's planned? Yes, so to speak. I really don't think so in that right now. I think he's going to be an asset to have. He can for what he can bring during the postseason. But we have to go with the hands that are hot. Everybody's been pitching relatively well, so why would you want to change up with what you got? I get people's argument about putting a right-hander in there and mixing it up, but great game for Aaron last night. It really doesn't change my mind a little bit about what's happening. I'm going with the hands, with the 3 lefties right now. But I mean, it could go the other way too. I mean, that's their decision to make. We can always throw kinks in the cog on the radio, but I'm seeing it the go with your guys, your lefties there off the bat.
So for Nola, I mean, he hasn't pitched out of the bullpen since, I believe it was since college at LSU. What is the difference, and what's it like for a starter to go from pitching all of the time for a long time, and he's been in the league for a while now, to switching in the postseason and changing that mentality to come out of the bullpen because they might have him do that?
I don't think it's so to speak, a mentality for somebody like Aaron who's been in the league, and had the success he's had, through his career. The mentality's there. It's about preparation, going into how to prepare yourself to possibly pitch that night, and what you have to do to be ready to be. I know when I did it, I didn't pitch in a relief role until I was in the big leagues. I was a starter my whole career, and when I and I got up, a little bit with Atlanta. I did a little bit of that in the bullpen. But I started with them, and had a little bit of bullpen stuff, and it was It's a different thing for you. You have to know how to take care of yourself because there's a possibility. I know my role back then was. Bobby Cox got me up like 3 times in one game, and you got to watch how many pitches you throw.
Yeah, right.
Or you burn yourself out down there, and that's exactly what I did my first time. I burned myself out down there, and so you have to learn and quickly how to take care of yourself and prepare yourself and know when you're loose or you're close to being loose. You always remember you got 8 pitches out on the mound, when they call you in to pitch to get locked in, so, you got to be able to tell them, hey, I'm ready. So the preparation work is possibly, hey, I'm possibly going to be in this game. And somebody like Aaron, I think Topper's going to use him if that's what they do. They're going to try to start an inning with him. That way he can get himself loose, and he has plenty of time to get himself ready. For them to might use him, depending on the situation. If we got a big lead or that type of thing, or vice versa, it could be that type of thing. They use our starters that are, say to speak, if Walker makes he makes the postseason roster, and Nola is down there in the bullpen too, and possibly they got to make decisions on Bueller and all that. So it's it's going to be interesting what they do, but Aaron's got to get himself ready, mentally a little bit. But his attitude is not going to change. You still got to have that killer instinct when you come, no matter if you're starting or relieving. It's just about preparation of the body.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned Walker Bueller because his situation's fascinating. They've had him kind of piggyback off Taijuan Walker, the 2 Walkers, right? Bueller and Taijuan Walker. What do you make of that situation, that signing, and how they can utilize him in the postseason?
Well, the signing, why not? He's had success in the big leagues. Obviously, pitching in Boston is a tough task. To do with that type of ballpark that it is right there, and if you tend to be a fly ball guy, or that type of thing, it can hurt you a lot. That ballpark goes a ball off the handle, goes off the wall,
right.
Off the end of the bat, goes off the wall. That type of thing. So it's, you have to really do some positive things, to pitch there and have success. You credit the people who's pitched there in the past, had real good success. But having somebody of, say to speak, his pedigree, where he came from, the Dodgers, and the success he had there, and pitching in the postseason, he's pitched on that big stage, and he knows what to deal with, how to deal with it. And so we got some guys on our team that's been to the postseason like that, so they know what to expect. We don't have Wheeler in there, but we got some guy. We got Suarez who's pitched. So you got Nola, Suarez, and you got some guys that hadn't necessarily have a lot of experience at pitching in the postseason. But they can draw off those guys, and it's good. It's good to possibly have that type of guy in the mix to do things because he's been there. So it all depends on what they're looking at to do and the matchup, the team they're facing. So we'll find out that here in a day or two. So
yeah.
Tonight.
Yeah, it'll be fascinating. We're talking with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, sponsored by Blitz's Market in Ocean City. Tommy, the Phillies, they've already clinched at least the 2nd seed, could still get the 1st seed if the Brewers lose both their games and Phillies win both their games this weekend. That could be interesting, to say the least. But they are not going to be playing in the wild card series. And we saw this team a couple years ago get hot, playing through the wild card series, and then the DS, and then the CS, and then to the World Series. Having that time off, especially for this team, do you think it's more important that they get those days off to rest, or would you have rather seen them play through in the wild card series? I know you want to win the division, but for you, what do you think's a better way to approach it, and having time off or playing through?
I've always been a guy that's been sort of like a play through type guy.
Okay.
To keep the because baseball players are creatures of habit. and it's about doing things over and over again to try to repeat what you do well, so you have a better chance for success. So I mean, I like that, mentality when you're playing every day. Yeah, it's good to have a day off, and like the All-Star breaks are good thing. Sometimes you recharge your batteries and come off that like that. But the mojo or the way you're seeing pitches and stuff like that as hitters, and is a huge thing. So I mean, I like to keep sort of the mojo going a little bit. With that's concerned. Yeah, have they played the past? They're 6-4 the last 10 games. They're 3-3 since the last time we talked last Saturday.
Right.
So I mean. We've sort of had some indulgence. We haven't really scored that much the past couple of days. We had a big breakout night with all the home runs and stuff like that that one night. But it's they're due to get that mojo going. So these last couple games right here, I think they got to make sure the mentality of going in is hitting in full stride. In the way they're approaching things, which is, they're professionals. They're going to do. They're going to try to treat everything like they've done all year. They're not going to try to change things or amp it up even more. They're trying to stay status quo, so they have a better chance to repeat and have success. You don't want to put undue pressure on yourself to do things. It's already a high pressure job anyway. So so it's going to be a good thing. I think they're. To have a little bit of that day off or so, the rest, but they got to find a way to stay going in the right direction and game type situations. And I think that's why they're having a scrimmage or whatever.
An intra-squad, on Wednesday they're gonna have the intra-squad. $10. $10 to go. You can go.
Yeah. I mean, well, they need to they got to try to keep the juices going a little bit. And keep the relievers going a little bit. And let them throw an inning or whatever they're planning to do. Because relievers, are creatures they're up a lot more. Too many days off. Yeah, you want guys fresh, but being too strong and too fresh is a hindrance too. It can, it could cause. Your command, because you feel so good, you tend to try to overdo.
Right.
And when you overdo, you tend to get up in the zone more and not command your pitches as well. I'm speaking by experience. It happened to me that way when I pitched on 10 or 11 days rest. I was too strong. And then I pitched on I was going ball one, ball two a lot. So when you do that, you're gonna pay the piper. You know what I mean? The fiddle or whatever you want to call it. But the next time I pitched on regular days rest and I was back down, commanding a lot better, or back in your creature of habit type thing, and I had more command of what I was doing. I was down in the zone better, me dictating what happens rather less than them dictating what happened more so. So it's going to be interesting a little bit. It's a hurdle they have to get over because that's the way the playoffs are. And obviously Milwaukee's going to have to do the same thing. And they're going to have to figure out how to get things going. And keep and get that mojo going when they play. So it's going to be interesting to watch, and it's going to be a good thing because Philly, the home field is a good thing. So.
Yeah, and one of the there's pros and cons to clinching so early too. Like they were able to set up their rotation heading into the postseason and get those guys on normal rest, which is always a good thing. All right, before I let you go, Tommy. Kyle Schwarber, is he going to get the record? Is he going to at least tie Ryan Howard? What do you think? He's got 2 games left to do it. Can he do it?
Oh, can he do it? Yeah, he most definitely can do it. But hey, it'd be good to see him do it. It'd be a good thing. Obviously, the fans are pulling for him. It'd be a good thing. And what that means, he's going into the postseason swinging the bat good. So that's what.
Yep.
To keep that mojo going in the right direction. He's putting back the ball and hitting it solid. That's what you want him to do, not just to hit home runs. If he hits it solid, puts a good swing on it, good things happen. So and that's what we want everybody to sort of these last couple games get in and make some good swings, get Bryce back going, and hitting the ball solid. And putting good swings on the baseball, which is good. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Trey too. So. that's going to be the big thing about having the days off is Trey going to be where he needs to be. You know, I mean, we got a hot hand in Sosa right now, man. He's swinging the bat good.
Oh, he's lights out right now.
Some positive mojo in that lineup. So.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Red October's right around the corner, Tommy. I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I appreciate you taking a couple minutes.
You got it, man.
All right, Tommy Greene on the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline here in the locker room. Tommy Greene is brought to you by Blitz's Market of Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagie, and gourmet burgers online. It's available at blitzesmarket.com. Remember, if you mention the locker room, get $1 off of their liquid sunshine. All right, we're going to get to a couple of texts before we head to break. On the other side, we'll get to them. I'll read them off. Great stuff from Tommy Greene as always. Man, I can't wait. Red October. Tommy just gets you fired up for postseason baseball. Great breakdown of pitching. Love talking pitching with Tommy Greene. Always a good time. All right, the first hour locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement service for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents and brokers, lenders, home builders and developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you throughout the entire process from contract signing to closing. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you. 15 office locations in NJ and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information about Surety Title, please call Ron Conklin, 856-988-8900. That's 856-988-8900. All right, let me tell you about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine. Just about everyone in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia Eagle Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract 200-plus top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or call 856-912-4007. That's 856-912-4007. All right, we'll get to a couple texts on the other side. You're listening to Locker Room. Nick Earnshaw filling in for Billy Schweim right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
Jalen Hurts, when he is given the proper amount of time, can be as surgical with his accuracy, with his ball placement, as any quarterback in the National Football League in the drop-back passing game. And then, oh, by the way, if he's got to take off and run it on a design quarterback run, he can do that too. He is top 5 and not 5.
Wake up weekday mornings with Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman on 97.3 ESPN.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Hi, this is Billy Schwein from the Locker Room. Pro Image Sports is proud to announce the opening of their brand new Ocean City Boardwalk store, located between 8th and 9th Street. They carry a huge selection of men's, women's, and kids' jerseys, clothing, headwear, and novelties for brands like Nike, New Era, Mitchell & Ness, and 47 brand. If you're looking for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, or Sixers gear, or your favorite national team, Pro Image Sports has it all. For more information, stop by today or follow them online at fantreasures.com or on Instagram at ProImageOC. Tell them the Locker Room sent you.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
School's back and the savings are bigger than ever at Matt Black Kia's Back to Savings sales event with 0 down, 0% APR, and no payments for 90 days. That's right, 0% APR for 48 months on every clearly marked Kia with 0 down and no payments for 90 days. Stuck in a loan or lease? Matt Black Kia wants to get you relief. If you have a job clearing $450 a week, We want to get you approved today. And with our 4-day love it or leave it return policy, consider your hall pass, no questions asked, only at mattblackkia.com. Because when it comes to savings, it's got to be a Matt Black Kia. Call 215-703-8526 for details.
The John Deere Gator XUV lets you cut, pack, drive, scout, weld, stack, feed, pull, load, tow, spray, and haul, all in a single day. Because with the highest cargo box volume in its class, customizable features, and a towing capacity of up to 4,000 pounds, it gets the job done. You just have to get in the seat. Learn more at your John Deere dealer or visit johndeere.com/Gator XUV.
I thought I was invincible.
Just a couple times turned into I lost count and gained an addiction.
I went from being ashamed to being optimistic for what comes next.
All it took was a call for help.
Letting people in let me finally start healing.
Addiction might be part of the story, but it doesn't have to be the end.
Call 844-REACH-NJ for 24/7 judgment-free addiction support or go to reachnj.gov.
A message from New Jersey Human Services.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studios in Northfield. Nick Earnshaw in for the Schweiner today. Just talked to Tommy Greene about the fight-ins. Man, I'm excited for Red October. Who's excited for Red October? It's the best time on the sports calendar. I'll say it over and over. It is the best time on the sports calendar. Football, basketball, hockey, it's every sport. It's every sport at this point. But 2 more left in the regular season for the fight-ins. And by the way, Phillies are going to take on Mick Abel tonight. Mick Abel getting the start for the Twins, former Philly. Caught a couple of his games when he was in the minors when I worked for the Blue Rocks doing play-by-play. Jersey Shore would play Wilmington a lot, and got to see him pitch and call a few of his starts when he was in high A, single A, back in the day. But he gets the ball for the Twins today. 6:05 game, not 6:45. 6:05 tonight. Mick Abel and Ranger Suarez on the mound. 609 403 0973 is how you jump aboard. Big Al from Vineland chiming into the NOLA discussion. The NOLA contract has to start game 4. Well, Big Al, they're only going to go 3 in the DS. That's what's going to happen, okay? 3 guys in the DS because of the short series. It's only a 5-game series, so they can get Sanchez on in game 4 if they get there, right? So it'll be 3 starters in the DS. Now, if they were to get to the CS World Series, that's when you'll see the 4 starter and then expand the rotation. But that's why there's so much discussion, and there has been for a while regarding NOLA and the entirety of that rotation. Yeah, the contract's a big part of this too, right? He's getting paid a lot of money. A lot of money. He signed that 7-year deal. Yeah, that's a factor. But I think, you kind of seen with Castellanos, right? Like, he's getting paid a lot of money, and they took him out of the lineup. They started platooning him because he was struggling. So, I would figure they'd do the same thing with Nola since he's been struggling. Now, he's had a couple of decent starts here. Last night was absolutely fantastic, probably the best he's looked all season long. You wonder. I just don't love his stuff coming out of the bullpen. That's my problem. His stuff just doesn't seem to translate. He doesn't throw hard. He's a starter. He is a starting pitcher. He's not a reliever. And I know, like, at times in the playoffs, things get goofy. We've seen Wheeler come in the postseason, right? I remember vividly Game 7 against the Diamondbacks. Thank goodness that franchise is not going to be in the postseason. Bad memories there. But, yeah, it's going to be fascinating, to say the least. But Nola, hey, pitched a gem last night. 8 innings for him of really, really solid. His pitching performance was fantastic. So there's that. All right. On the other side, the top of the hour, we're going to get into the Eagles. We're going to hammer down on the Eagles, talk about the Tampa Bay game, preview that. We'll get our high school athletes in the spotlight. But on the other side, we're going to play some best moments from the sportsbook consigliere. He passed away, Dave Sharapan, within the past week. Lost his battle to cancer. Tough loss. He was such a special human being. And we had so much fun with him here in the locker room. And we're going to play a couple of moments that were pretty funny with the book at the top of the hour. So that'll be cool to listen to. I hope everyone enjoys it when we do play it. But listen, got a lot of birds to get to. We'll have Fran Mclaughlin on at 10:30 for high school athletes in the spotlight, sponsored by Philly Pretzel Factory. Nick Earnshaw filling in for the Schweiner today. And by the way, the Schweiner will be back tomorrow. He should be back tomorrow. They are going to be broadcasting live from La Scala's Beach House. Henning, Clemenem, the whole gang's going to be down there. So Eagles Tampa, that's your Eagles pregame show right there. I know they're going to have a lot of fun. So, if you're looking for Billy, he'll be back tomorrow, okay? It'll just be me today, flying solo. We got another hour. Man, that first hour went absolutely so fast. The show just flies by, always flies by. Nick Earnshaw filling in for Billy Schwein in the locker room right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Hey, this is Josh Hennig inviting you to join me this Saturday for Hanging with Hennig, broadcasting live from Margate Fall Fun Fest, 12 to 3 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN. Amherst Avenue in Margate, where you will find over 110 vendors, family-friendly activities, food and live music all day on the Bay in Margate. Guests for the Saturday show include 1992 Heisman Trophy winner Gina Toretta, along with fantasy football analyst Andy McNamara, plus Mainland Regional alumni and former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Clement. Hanging with Hennig on 97.3 ESPN is sponsored by Tropicana Atlantic City, the Gridiron Pit, the ultimate watch and wager experience, featuring high-definition TVs and table games. Powered by Caesars Sportsbook, the only sportsbook app offering you Caesars rewards. Yesterday's Creekside Tavern in Marmora, featuring the sound on for every Phillies and Eagles game, and Clemic Performance Method in Egg Harbor Township. That's Hanging with Hennig, broadcasting live from Margate Fall Fun Fest this Saturday from 12 to 3 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN. Streaming live on YouTube and X.
You matter, and so does your well-being. If you're facing tough moments, struggling with anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide, or substance use, help is here anytime you need it. Call, text, or chat 988 for free confidential support. New Jersey's 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here 24/7 for you or someone you love, with trained counselors who listen and care without judgment. You matter. Remember New Jersey's 988. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. Whether it's a long day on your feet, a demanding workout, or everyday aches and pains, you need relief that can keep up when pain persists. Aleve is here for you with longer-lasting body pain relief compared to leading OTC-branded pain relievers. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Nothing goes better together with championship football and playoff baseball than the Piccalilli Inn. For game time, skip the lame chains and order the Piccalilli Inn's world-famous wings for eat-in or carry-out in 6-packs to go. Get your chicken wing fix on Route 206 in Chemung, New Jersey. Visit Piccalilli.com.
Home of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill, 97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City.
to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy. How you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill. How you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, hour number 2 here in the locker room, broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studios in Northfield. I am Nick Earnshaw, filling in for the Schweiner today. Solo dolo for me here in the locker room, producing, hosting, editing, everything. Doing it all today. Mr. Do-It-All. That guy's coming up at 12 o'clock, by the way. Josh Henning, hanging with Henning. Later on, 12 to 3, I'll be producing that show. He's at the Margate Fest today. That's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to talk to Josh later as well. But we're going to get into some Eagles in just a sec. But we lost somebody this past week who was a big part of the show for a while. The sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sherapan, passed away with his battle with cancer. Tough loss. We were all stunned by it. I think the sports world, the sports betting space as well, was stunned by it as well. So what we wanted to do was put together, a couple of fun clips that we had with the book over the past couple of years, and play it for you guys. We know how popular that segment was around here. We get texts, we get stopped on the street. Clemic would get stopped by people. Josh, Billy, everybody would get stopped and talk about how much they loved the book, Dave Sherapan, when he would come on this show. So without further ado, here is a tribute to the sportsbook consigliere, the book, Dave Sherapan. Hope you enjoy it.
Let's go to the Toms River Auto Group Sports Hotline and welcome in from Las Vegas, the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sherapan.
Good morning, gentlemen. Great to see you. Nick, Dave, you look great. Billy, as always, holding it down. What's up? Hi, fellas. What's up, brother?
Hey, you look great.
What's up, brother?
What's up, brother?
You know what? Seeing you in that looks like we are family.
Yeah, that's what it is, Billy. Welcome to the 2024 year, Billy. What's up, brother? How do you not know what's up, brother?
I don't know what that is.
You got a kid. Ask the kid. Go to the kid and say, "What's up, brother?" She'll explain the whole thing to you.
No.
Can you imagine that a girl that you went to high school with is getting a call that Schweim is still trying to get my number? I mean, what is her name?
When I was in high school, she was just like that.
That's what I'm. Well, back in high school, Billy, I mean, everything was working. Now she got to be like, this Schweim guy is still bothering me 40 years later. He's trying to get my number.
So let me just bring him up to the StreamYard. I'm going to bring in sportsbook consigliere Dave Sherapan.
Oh, my God. Look who, and you look good in green, brother.
Billy! Hi, Eminem.
Yo, baby.
Good job, buddy. I'm wearing my 97.3.
Oh, he looks great.
Okay. I got Eagles. Yep. Listen, Billy, I heard that you're hot.
I'm hot.
Okay.
I am so hot. You don't want to touch me right now.
All right, Billy. This is what happens. All right, just like at the tables in AC. With that. When you get hot on a table, the pit boss looks down, brings in a cooler. All right? Don't get too cocky, William. Hey, boys. You got the memo. Everybody's got the glasses on. Billy, don't put the glasses on because I know you can't see your phone.
Boy, do we miss you.
Yeah,
Boy, do we miss you.
But I said I got to represent Billy in the locker room, and I have to wear the shirt.
All right. There it is. Rest in peace to Dave Sherapan, the book, Sports BK, Consig. We'll miss you, buddy. Definitely we'll miss those Saturday mornings with you, having you in on the locker room. So hope you guys enjoyed that little tribute to the book. Yeah, we're going to miss him dearly, dearly. So with that, we'll transition into some sports talk with the Philadelphia Eagles. And I want to get into this Tampa Bay game a little bit here before we head to break. Listen, the Eagles heading into this game are 3.5-point favorites. We know the struggles, okay, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with him being in Tampa, hot, the whole nine, right? So, with that, you got to go into this game with you knowing that the Bucs are banged up, right? Last year, the Eagles were banged up. This was a team that was banged up. The Eagles did not have A.J. Brown. They did not have Lane Johnson. They did not have Devontae Smith. This is a team that is more healthy than they were last year. Now, could it still be a trap game? Absolutely still could be a trap game, to say the least. No doubt about it, okay? They have struggled mightily with Tampa Bay, and Todd Bowles specifically has had success against this Eagles team in defending them. So I want to give you a little bit of a stat here with Tampa's defense, okay? We know Todd Bowles is more of a defensive-minded head coach. So Tampa, we know, likes to blitz a lot. In case you don't know, now you know. They blitz at a 40% clip. That is top 6 in the NFL right now. So you're going to see a lot of pressure if you're the Philadelphia Eagles. And in times they have played Jalen Hurts, they blitz at a 40% clip. So the Eagles have to know that they're going to see a lot of pressure from that Tampa Bay defense. That's a given. Now, what's great about this game is that you have those receivers back, right? And we know that Saquon hasn't been Saquon yet, right? Like, he hasn't rushed for 100 yards. Since the Commanders game last year in the NFC Championship? It's been a few games since he's gotten to 100 rushing yards and been the Saquon we all have come to know. So I think they're going to throw it. They're going to have to get the ball out quick, right? They're going to have to go down the field. And Jalen in this offense, we saw what they can do when they take shots. I know, and in case you don't, Nick Sirianni's philosophy and the Philadelphia Eagles' philosophy is to take care of the football, which should be every team's philosophy, but they want to be efficient about it, right? They don't want to take as many shots down the field. They don't want to, go out and throw a ball way down the field and then take a chance it gets picked off or something like that, right? So we saw the conservatism in the first 2.5 games, and then you saw them get down by a lot to the Rams and start taking those shots down the field. The Eagles need to do more of that. And I think if they do more of that, it'll open more things up for Saquon. I think that's where you're at the Philadelphia Eagles, right? I think they're at a point, and the Tampa game, listen, they played them in week 4 last year too. Struggled, obviously. It's going to be 105 on the field. I mean, just a barn burner down there. You need pickle juice down there. But I feel like if the Philadelphia Eagles can get AJ involved, get Goddard involved, get Devontae involved, get the pass game going, and we know Jalen can do it. He just isn't asked to all the time. That'll set up man coverage for you, which the Eagles love. They are much better against man coverage during the pass instead of a zone. They're much better when they're facing man coverage. Much better. So if they start dominating in the pass early on in this game, if you could start early on dominating, could set up Saquon a little bit later. And then maybe you could get Saquon involved in the pass game. A couple of dump balls. Hopefully he catches it because, we've seen Saquon drop a few here and there. That's what I think the keys to victory are. You need to start being more aggressive. Last year, it was run, setting up the pass. This year, I think pass sets up the run a little bit more this year. Let me know your thoughts on that, as well as the NOLA stuff, 609-403-0973. I hope people enjoyed that little tribute to Dave Sharapan as well. We're going to miss him dearly. And, if you have any memories from the show when the book came on, text them in as well. I'd love to read them off at 609-403-0973. 0973. All right, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. Just a stone's throw away from Ocean City, it's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly and Best of Atlantic City with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's 609-927-2921. That's Circle Liquor Store. Tell them the Locker Room sent you. All right, let me tell you about McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann & Associates at 609-263-7422. Whether commercial or residential properties, for estate tax or financial planning, divorce, financing, and more, the professionals of John A. McCann & Associates are licensed and ready to assist. Call 609-263-7422. That's 609-263-7422. All right, more Eagles on the other side. You're listening to The Locker Room with Nick Earnshaw filling in for Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN.
College Football Saturday on ESPN Radio. This is the best atmosphere. 6th ranked Oregon travels to Happy Valley to face number 3 Penn State in the whiteout game.
We've played in good environments before. They described it as a good one.
It's College Football Saturday on 97.3 ESPN.
College Football Saturday, brought to you by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Coverage begins at 7 p.m.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hi there, this is the Negadelphian from the Locker Room, and I might be negative about our Philly sports teams, but one thing I'm positive about is Elisa's shoes. Are you looking for the perfect pair of shoes? Then step into Elisa's shoe store on Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey, where style meets comfort. From trendy sandals or everyday sneakers or an elegant heels for a night out, they've got it all. Their friendly team is there to help you find the perfect fit, no matter what the occasion. That's Elisa's Shoes at Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey. Go to elisashoes.com or call 609-391-8859. Tell them the boys from the Locker Room sent you.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical. They're number one.
I thought I was invincible.
Just a couple times turned into I lost count and gained an addiction.
I went from being ashamed to being optimistic for what comes next.
All it took was a call for help.
Letting people in let me finally start healing.
Addiction might be part of the story, but it doesn't have to be the end.
Call 844-REACH-NJ for 24/7 judgment-free addiction support, or go to reachnj.gov.
A message from New Jersey Human Services.
That leaf pile is 100 feet tall. Your dad can't handle this. Not without the right equipment.
Yard work piling up? Gear up for fall with John Deere. Get $750 off select mowers, $2,000 off select Gator UVs, and $3,000 off select compact tractors.
Did I hear your dad got a John Deere? Yep, bad day to be a leaf pile.
Gear up for fall at an authorized John Deere dealer, now through September 30th. Learn more at johndeere.com/gearupforfall.
Caesars Sportsbook app is the only sportsbook app with Caesars rewards. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks on every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code RADIO20X and place your first bet of $1 or more for a chance to double your winnings on your next 20 bets. Open to new users in New Jersey who are 21 or older. Max bet at $25 for boosted winnings. Max additional winnings $2,500 per bet. Profit boost tokens expire 14 days after receipt. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studios in Northfield. Nick Earnshaw in for Billy today. This show is flying. How are we almost done the second hour, it feels like? My goodness. 609-403-0973 is how you jump aboard. We're talking Phils. Nola goes 8 strong last night in a Phillies W. Did that change your mind on how they can use him in the postseason? Should he start in the NLDS? 609-403-0973 is the text board. Let me know your thoughts on the Nola coaster. It was a good part of the ride yesterday. It was a nice part of the ride. It was fun. It's probably the best part of the whole season for Aaron Nola. He was great. It was almost perfect through 6. Awesome stuff from Aaron Nola. Loved it. But we're going to stick with the Birds. Tampa Bay. Eagles are 3-0. Tampa Bay's 3-0. And we got a text in, 609-403-0973. Bill from Ocean City says, I think the Eagles' preseason rust is almost gone, and I think Barkley will be there when we need him. Awesome job today, man. I appreciate that, Bill. Very much appreciate you chiming in today, as always. Yeah, look, I think in the NFL, especially nowadays, right? Games changed, certainly, over the years. But I think one aspect of it is the preseason. Nobody plays. And I think the preseason actually starts week 1. It goes about week 1 through 3.5, 4. I would say you see a little rust out there. Football, there's some stuff that's, you could have rectified that in the preseason if you played. But nobody plays anymore. No one plays. In any sport, nobody plays. It's just the way it is. So, like, you can't get a great gauge on a team until really after 4 weeks. I mean, look at last season with the Eagles, right? Same week, they faced Tampa Bay and lost. They then went on to win 10 straight games in a row. So that's why I can't read into all this stuff early on in the season. It's just way too early. And, you know, I know people want to make the argument, well, you're a quarter of the way through the season. You're almost done September. You're heading in October. So much changes. So much changes from week 4 to week 12, 13, 14. That's when you kind of know who everybody is, right? And you'll start to get a gauge over the next couple of weeks after week 4. I've said, like, I can't really have a definitive opinion on one particular team after 4 weeks, until after 4 weeks, I should say. Because, I mean, nobody plays anymore. That's just where you're at this point in the NFL. It is what it is. And I think Bill's right. The preseason rust is kind of fading away now. What do you guys think out there? 609-403-0973. Jump in with what you think about that. I think I think through 4 weeks after that, it's like, all right, kind of now have an idea. The teams are settling in, etc. So I can't gauge a really great opinion on teams until after 4 weeks because, it's just so different. I mean, the Colts have been unbelievable to start. Where are they going to finish, right? Now, they could be great throughout the rest of the season, but so much changes throughout the NFL season. Injuries happen, right? You already saw Joe Burrow get down. You've seen a ton of guys go down, right? Like, things happen throughout the season that change. You don't know after 4 weeks what a team's going to be like in week 13, week 14. Someone's going to emerge from that, starting off a little slow and make the playoffs. It happens all of the time, not just in football, but any sport. Like baseball, you don't know who's in April, who's going to make it to the postseason. They're going to be stunners. Like Baltimore, everybody thought, this is a pretty good team. Their pitching's a little iffy, but they're a good young team. They've been in the postseason the past couple years. They were awful this year. So you got to be a little patient. Things change throughout a season. So, but we know the Philadelphia Eagles, they're a pretty good team. 3-0. I am a little worried, though, about this week. It feels like a trap game. It just does. And both the Eagles and Tampa Bay won in incredible fashion last week. I don't know if you guys saw that Jets and Tampa game, but man, oh man, was that insane. And by the way, the two clips going viral, we talked about it yesterday while I was co-hosting with Mike Gill on the Sports Bash. Like the two clips going viral this week are Jordan Davis and Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn, the head coach of the Jets, dancing around on the sideline, Earth, Wind, and Fire. It's hilarious. If you haven't seen that on like Twitter or Instagram or whatever, you gotta find that clip because it's hysterical, to say the least. So, but yeah, it's typical Jets. They thought they had it. And Tampa Bay came back and won that game. So this game does worry me at 609-403-0973. Are you a little worried about tomorrow? I would be. I don't. I think most of the fan base is. Scheduled loss. Our favorite quote from Doc Rivers. I will never forget that when he said that. We'll get into Sixers a little bit later, but before we end the show, because I do have a rant I need to go on about the Sixers. God, yesterday was media day, and it was just brutal. But I'll get back to the text board at 609-403-0973. Answer the question about Nola. Give me some thoughts on what you thought about his performance last night. Does it change your opinion heading into the postseason? Also, are you nervous about the Birds tomorrow? They don't have a lot of success in Tampa Bay, so I can understand it. And Dave from Smithville, he chimes in, yo, Nick, nervous about tomorrow. Why does it seem like we always play there? Yeah, I think it's like, the last 4 times they've played Tampa. In Tampa, you have the playoff game from a couple years ago, and then just the way the schedule's been. It feels like we're always down there in Tampa. It's like the Phillies playing at Citi Field, right? They don't have a lot of success up there. But then, like, at home, a little more success. But Tampa's always been, like, that annoying team for the Eagles. I don't have to go back to the early 2000s. I don't have to go back to it. If G's listening, he was talking about it yesterday. Barber, the interception, like, bad moments with Tampa Bay. Like, they just, no. Like, this is a team that the Eagles just struggle with. It's one of those teams, it's just a bad matchup. It always just seems like a bad matchup for the Birds. And they always play in Tampa. You're right. It's going to be 105 tomorrow, they're calling for, on the field. Sal Powell said it yesterday. TJ Reeves as well on the Sports Bash mentioned that. It's going to be a steamer. The Eagles even went down a day early because they know that going down to Tampa, it's different for them. They just struggle there. Hurts has struggled there. Bowles has, Hurts' number. So I understand it. 609-403-0973. If you want to get a thought in about the Birds, you're more than welcome to, as well as the Phillies. But, yeah, and it's wild. It's like going to be I don't want it to be Groundhog Day, but it could feel like Groundhog Day. They played Tampa Bay in Week 4 last year. They won 10 straight after, so, scheduled loss, then you win 10 straight. I would take that. I would take that. I don't know. They just seem to have trouble with them. The line's 3.5 right now. I'm worried. I got to say, I'm worried. I'll give my pick before the end of the show. But this is a team that seems like the Eagles struggle with. And Baker, the touchdown maker, let me tell you. Baker, he has really won me over since going to Tampa Bay. You couldn't have asked for more. After Tom leaves, retires, it's like, all right, who's going to be our guy? Baker's a first overall pick. He bounces around. It's Cleveland. No, that's where quarterbacks go to fail. It's essentially, you get drafted there, it's over. Sorry. He gets drafted there and doesn't work out. Goes to the Rams, goes to Carolina, all these teams, ends up in Tampa, and has really found a home there. And he's arguably a top 10 quarterback, no doubt. He worries you because he's like that scrappy guy that doesn't go away. He just doesn't go away. And in the later moments of a game, Tampa, they're strong, man. They're strong. And I know they're missing some offensive linemen. They do expect Tristan Wirfs to play tomorrow. He is questionable, but they do expect him to play. Mike Evans, they're going to be missing. So he's going to be missing guys, kind of like how the Eagles were last year in this game against Tampa. But Baker, he's clutch too, man. He's got a little bit of a clutch gene too. You can't count them out. And listen, they're tops in the league. They have a lot of penalties. All right, so little undisciplined of a team, but they've been dealing with some injuries, battling with them. If the Eagles have to take advantage of that. Especially if they fall apart in the red zone. Eagles 8 for 8 in the red zone this year. Absolutely dominant. So take advantage of Tampa Bay's mistakes. Don't let Tampa hang around. Because Baker, the touchdown maker, worries me in the clutch moment. And I agree with Dave Smith, Phil. It feels like we always play them, and it's always close, and we seem to lose a lot. So it's a worrisome game, to say the least. All right? Worrisome. That's what I'll say. It's a worrisome. I'll give my pick because I'm not going to be at Lascala's tomorrow, but I will give my pick on this game before the end of the show. All right, on the other side, sponsored by the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township, Fran Mclaughlin. Talked to him this morning. He's ready to rock today. High school athletes in the spotlight on the other side. All right, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. Just a stone's throw away from Ocean City, it's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly and Best of Atlantic City with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the locker room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's 609-927-2921. That's the Circle Liquor Store. Tell them the locker room sent you. All right, you've got to get to Lascala's, especially tomorrow. Billy will be back with the whole crew, Josh, Dave, whole nine. Everybody's going to be down there at Lascala's in Brigantine. They opened a couple of summers ago to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandma made. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, daily specials, and game day menu. I love their margarita pizza. I don't get anything but the margarita pizza when I go down there. It's my favorite of all time. 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. All right, when we return, we'll go and get the high school athletes in the spotlight with Fran Mclaughlin. You're listening to The Locker Room. Nick Earnshaw filling in for Billy Schweim right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Join the Sports Bash every Monday live at the Fanatic Sportsbook in the gallery at Ocean Casino Resort. Get your game on with the elevated bar and lounge, 12 slot machines, blackjack, roulette, and a dedicated area with 4 betting windows and 11 kiosks. The ultimate sportsbook experience. Go where fans become fanatics. The Fanatic Sportsbook in the gallery at Ocean Casino Resort. And join the Sports Bash live from 2 to 6 with me, Mike Gill, every Monday.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Hi, this is Billy Schwein from The Locker Room. Pro Image Sports is proud to announce the opening of their brand new Ocean City Boardwalk store, located between 8th and 9th Street. They carry a huge selection of men's, women's, and kids' jerseys, clothing, headwear, and novelties for brands like Nike, New Era, Mitchell & Ness, and 47 brand. If you're looking for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, or Sixers gear, or your favorite national team, Pro Image Sports has it all. For more information, stop by today or follow them online at fantreasures.com or on Instagram at ProImageOC. Tell them the Locker Room sent you.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
School's back and the savings are bigger than ever at Matt Black Kia's Back to Savings sales event with 0 down, 0% APR, and no payments for 90 days. That's right, 0% APR for 48 months on every clearly marked Kia with 0 down and no payments for 90 days. Stuck in a loan or lease? Matt Black Kia wants to get you released. If you have a job clearing $450 a week, we want to get you approved today. And with our 4-day love it or leave it return policy, consider it your hall pass, no questions asked, only at mattblackkia.com. Because when it comes to savings, it's got to be a Matt Black Kia. Call 215-703-8526 for details.
I thought I was invincible.
Just a couple times turned into I lost count and gained an addiction.
I went from being ashamed to being optimistic for what comes next.
All it took was a call for help.
Letting people in let me finally start healing.
Addiction might be part of the story, but it doesn't have to be the end.
Call 844-REACH-NJ for 24/7 judgment-free addiction support or go to reachnj.gov.
A message from New Jersey Human Services.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, welcome back. Broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studios in Northfield. Nick Earnshaw filling in for the Schweiner today here in the locker room. I want to wish my condolences to Schweiner and his family. The reason he's not here, his brother-in-law did pass away, so condolences to his and his family. All right, so now it's time for the Locker Room's high school athletes in the spotlight, sponsored by the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township. Each week, Fran Mclaughlin, owner of the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township, will highlight a male and female high school athlete for outstanding achievement in high school sports. Brought to you by the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township. All right, let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room for our high school athletes in the spotlight, Fran Mclaughlin. What's going on, Fran? How are you?
Bueller? I'm good, guys. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Fran. I'm doing good. What, you want Bueller to start? I mean, what? What are you doing to me?
Nah, I just try to throw a monkey wrench into your plans.
No, we can't have that. We cannot have Bueller start a game. I'll come in relief, but I would rather see Nola. What did you think of Nola last night?
Actually, I didn't say it. I get up too early this morning. But I mean, that's Nola. When he can paint the corners and he runs the ball in and out off the corners, you know, he's almost unhittable. And you saw it again last night. But, you know, in the last 2 years, he hasn't done it consistently. And I don't have faith he's going to do it consistently in the playoffs. I mean, but
I hope you're wrong, Fran. I hope you're wrong.
They throw out there, whether it's the three lefties or they stick him in there, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating to see what happens with the pitching rotation throughout the playoffs and all these arms that they have and how they utilize them. But it's going to be good. Tell me what's going on in the high school world around South Jersey.
Yeah, I got out to a nice soccer game this past Monday night over at Egg Harbor Township. Egg Harbor Township girls and Ocean City girls. Ocean City's owned the Cape Atlantic League the last few years. EHC has really come on and playing very well this year. And they took care of this one 6-1 on their home field. Got out to a 3-0 lead. Ocean City scored a little bit mid-second half. And then EHC just put it away with 3 late goals. This team's got 2 prolific scorers, both of who we had in our athletes in the spotlight last year. You know, great group of complementary players, a senior goaltender who we've already highlighted this year. They're off to an 8-0 start. They've only allowed 3 goals. So looks like there could be a change in the Cape. Now just waiting for NJ.com to give them a little love in their top 20. They still can't break into the rankings, but that was cool to get out there and see that. Obviously, football's big this time of year. Statewide, it was a big one up north last night. Number 1, Bergen Catholic. Number 2, Don Bosco Prep. Don Bosco Prep wins 14-9 in a defensive struggle. And that Bergen Catholic team started the season out beating 3 different defending state champions from 3 different states. So that's some great football up there, a lot of defense. Locally, the big game last night was a 43-33 Cedar Creek victory over Holy Spirit. Cedar Creek is really, they dropped their opener at the Battle of the Beach, and since then they've reeled off 4 straight wins, scored 40 points in each game, just doing a fantastic job. They've actually now kind of own their own destiny in the Constitution Division. They've already beaten Atlantic City, so they're tied. They're both tied at 4-1, but they obviously have a tiebreaker there. Last year that division came down to, as you guys can remember, in the quagmire at Holy Spirit on Thanksgiving Day. Holy Spirit defeated Atlantic City to take that. So that's been a pretty strong division. It should play out pretty well again this year. So a lot of stuff going on right now. It's hard to believe that football teams are 5 games into their season already. It feels like we just got started.
Yeah, it feels like it just started. A lot going on in the high school world. But, Fran, it is now time for our high school athletes in the spotlight, sponsored by the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township. Who do we got this week?
All right, Nick, on the girls' side, the girls' athlete in the spotlight this week is Brianna Tigrado, a junior from Cedar Creek Girls Tennis. Brianna is in her 3rd season playing as number 1 singles for the Pirates. In her career, she's seen very few setbacks, especially in the Cape Atlantic League level. She recently improved to 11-0 on the season, including a thrilling tie-breaking win over Cape rival Sabina Gersa of EHT. It's interesting because the 2 split a pair of meetings last season, with Gersa getting the best of Tigrado in the Cape Atlantic tournament. So it's looking like we might have another collision of those 2 as the season gets towards the championship matches again. So good stuff out of Brianna. On the boys' side, athlete in the spotlight this week goes to Zane Forrest, freshman quarterback from Oakcrest football. I'd say we go youth movement with our selection here in honor of you Nuggets today for carrying the load. So Oakcrest picked up its 2nd win of the season last night, 26-14 win over Absegani, and Forrest continued his stellar rookie season. Threw for 303 yards and 3 touchdowns. More importantly, what all the coaches love out of their young quarterbacks, no interceptions. After a slow start, Oakcrest actually got shut out by Ocean City in its season opener at the Battle of the Beach. The Falcons have kind of been humming on offense, and Forrest has really been a large part of that success. In 5 games, he's passed over 1,000 yards. He's got 63% completion percentage, 10 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Threw for a season-high 323 yards and 3 touchdowns in a 41-34 loss to 4-1 Cumberland earlier this season. So congratulations to Cedar Creek's Brianna Tigrado and Oakcrest's Zane Forrest. This week's Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township athletes in the spotlight. As always, Nuggets, the pair will receive a Philly Pretzel Factory gift card and free pretzel coupon to share with each one of their teammates and coaches.
Oh, that's fantastic, Frank. Congratulations to Brianna and Zane, our high school athletes in the spotlight, sponsored by the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township. Fran, thank you so much. We appreciate it, as always, every single week, giving the athletes in the spotlight.
Thanks. I also like to pass along my condolences to the Swans on their loss.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hear them back soon. I had to turn my headphones down a little bit when you came on. You're a little more soft-spoken. I'm used to Billy screaming in my ear when he comes on.
I know. I got to turn him down usually, right? Keep him in check. But he'll be back tomorrow at Las Scales, so Billy will be back in the saddle once again. So, Fran, once again, as always, thanks so much.
Thanks. Take care.
All right, there's Fran Mclaughlin of the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township. High school athletes in the spotlight, sponsored by Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township. Each week, Fran Mclaughlin, owner of the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township, will highlight a male and female high school athlete for outstanding achievement in high school sports, brought to you by the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township. All right, let's reset real quick and get back to the text board, 609-403-0973. Jump in. Eagles, Phillies, it's wide open right now. Give me your thoughts rest of the weekend. Eagles got Tampa Bay. Phillies got the Twins for 2 more games. Mick Abel is back, and he's pitching against those Titans tonight. So remember, he's part of the Joan Duran trade. Maybe you see Duran again tonight. Who knows? Love that entrance, by the way. But before we go to break, I do have a quick rant with the 76ers. Yesterday was media day, okay? We didn't get much out of anybody yesterday, really. We did learn from Shams Charania that Jared McCain, who tore UCL ligament in his thumb, will be out 4 to 6 weeks now to start the season. So big loss. The injuries already starting. And it just continues with this team. It never ends. It's the never-ending story of the Philadelphia 76ers. McCain already hurt. Podcast P, he's going to miss time. We learned yesterday, I mean, it's really nothing new with the Sixers. And Daryl Morey mentioned it. I'm going to read a quote from him yesterday. He said, quote, about Embiid and Paul George, "This is straight from the doctors. We're not getting into the expectations game. The doctor's advice, what Joel said about listening to his body, that's going to be what carries the day this year." So, Podcast P, specifically Joel, who looked really good yesterday. He looked like he lost a lot of weight, looked in shape. It's going to be a day-by-day thing. I don't know how confident that would make you as a fan. Certainly, I'm not more confident. I'm not. No way. It's brutal, man. If you're a Sixers fan, it's just been tough. And I'll play a quick bite from yesterday with Embiid, and I will play what he said about a specific return day, about a specific time when people think he may come back, or doctors may think he come back, or people wanting him to come back, whatever the case may be. Here is Joel Embiid talking about his recovery and how they are going to approach it this year. Take a listen to Joe.
We've made a lot of progress over the last couple months. We got a plan in place, trying to check all the boxes. So, just taking it day by day. This is still, kind of like a fill period where we just, taking it day by day, keep getting stronger, keep getting better. There's been a few core sessions. So, everything is, on schedule. So, but I think, with the team, following whatever we have planned, I think, there's not necessarily an expectation. It's more about making sure everything is right and doing everything right.
So they have a plan in place. We'll see if that plan gets followed. We'll take it day by day throughout the year. You get so excited. They dropped the uniforms the other day, the throwback 2001 Iverson-era uniforms. You get excited, and then McCain gets hurt. You have just nothing yesterday positive, really, for this team. And that's what you got out of the Sixers for the most part. I'm just so frustrated. And I think I speak for a lot of people. You're just utterly frustrated that this team cannot get over the injury bug ever. And it's nothing against Joel. If this team doesn't have Joel on the floor or on the roster, they really have no shot at a title. And if you don't think that, you're lost. The guy's an MVP. And it's just a problem when you're not available. It's just frustrating because he's one of the most talented players I've ever seen. And he's one of the most talented big men in the history of the game. So you just hope that this team can stay healthy and find a way to be a cohesive unit at some point. All right, there's my little rant on the 76ers. I could go 2 hours on the Sixers, but I don't want to get everyone upset because, there's a lot of positivity around this town right now. All right? For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. Just a stone's throw away from Ocean City, it's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly and Best of Atlantic City with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's Circle Liquor Store. Tell them the Locker Room sent you. All right. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia Eagle Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract 200-plus top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or call 856-912-4007. That's 856-912-4007. All right, on the other side, we're going to wrap it up and also hear from Josh Henning. Hanging with Henning is coming up at 12 noon. We'll hear from him, do a little crossover, and then we'll wrap up the Locker Room. All right, you're listening to the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Nick Earnshaw filling in today right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This is South Jersey's official home for Philadelphia Eagles football. Tomorrow, the Birds head down to Tampa to take on the Buccaneers in Week 4.
1st and 10 Bucs up across the 40. Mayfield back, dancing around. He is sacked back at the 30.
Pre-game coverage begins at noon. Merrill and Mike call all the action starting at 1 p.m. This is where the Super Bowl champs play. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's official Eagles station.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi, this is former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver David Klemick. Are you looking for the ultimate spot to go catch the big game? Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township is your home for great food, cold drinks, and non-stop sports action. Whether it's an NFL, MLB, NBA, or NHL game, they've got all the action on their big screen TVs plus one in every booth. Sink your teeth into their famous wings, juicy burgers, thin crust pizza, and signature stromboli. Thirsty? They've got ice cold beers on tap and handcrafted cocktails that keep you refreshed. So bring your crew, grab a seat, and feel the energy at Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township. It's where sports fans go to win. Tell them Dave Klemick sent you.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Go to get your game on at the Fanatic Sportsbook in the Gallery at Ocean Casino Resort. Cheers your favorite drinks while cheering on your favorite team. Go for the sports scene and go for the endless screens. Go where fans become fanatics at the Fanatics Sportsbook in the Gallery. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Go for the win. For more information, visit theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studios in Northfield. Nick Earnshaw filling in for Billy Schweim today. And guess what? In just a couple of minutes, you're going to be hanging with Henning until 3 o'clock today. So you know what? I want to hear what he has to say, what he's got going on at he's on location today. He's in Margate. Can't wait to hear from him. Let's bring him up here on the stream. Josh Henning, what's going on, man? How are you?
What's going on, Earnshaw? Yeah, we are down here at Margate Fun Fest, hanging with Henning, 12 to 3 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN. It's going to be a fun time today.
Yeah, it looks like you guys are going to have a lot of fun out there. Is the weather okay? I know there's some rain maybe in the forecast. It was nice this morning. What do you guys got going on out there?
You know what? The weather's fine out here. It's a beautiful day out here. It's a little windy, but the wind is good because the sun is warm, the wind is cool. So it's a perfect day to be out here hanging out with the people. Don't worry about the rain. Don't listen to those doomsday.
They're always wrong anyway.
The weather people.
Yeah, they're always wrong anyway, Josh. All right. What do you got coming up for us on Hanging with Henning? I'll be back here in the studio for that. Tell me what you got coming up, as well as I want to hear. Did your mind change about Nola last night? I just want to hear it. I just want to hear what you have to say.
Well, yeah, so we'll get to Nola in a second. But coming up, we'll have 1992 Heisman Trophy winner Gina Toretta coming up at 12:25. At 1:25, our fantasy football segment. As every week, Andy McNamara. And we're going to dig deeper into the Eagles-Bucs match. We're going down to Tampa, Nick. We're going to talk to Jenna Lane. She's covered the Bucs for over a decade. She's one of the best. She knows that organization in and out. So we'll talk to her about this Bucs team is probably more injured than the Eagles right now. So that's what's coming up on the show. And again, we are live here at Margate Fun Fest. Over 110 vendors here. Beautiful day outside. We got tons of people walking up and down here. So it's going to be a great day for hanging with Henning. Now, to your original question about Nola. Because I know that's really what you care about. You really care about the other stuff.
I care about the other stuff. Seems like a fun time, but I want to hear your thoughts. Oh, I mean, he was almost perfect through 6 last night, Josh.
Listen, I understand. I appreciate it. Nola is an all-time Philly. But if you're telling me that he's one of your top 3 starters, I'm out. I'm completely out, dude. Now, if you're telling me he's your number 4 starter in like the NLCS, I'm good. But to me, I still got to go with the 3 left-handers because they have been more consistent. Now, if you're in a situation, okay, hear me out for a second, because we'll dig deeper in this on my show coming up at 12 o'clock, Hanging with Hennig on 97.3 ESPN. If, and I say if, you're telling me that you want Nola to pitch in a certain scenario, and then maybe you have Luzardo come in out of the bullpen to piggyback off of him, I'm willing to have that conversation.
Okay. All right. That's fair. He pitched well last night. I know it's the Twins, but I'm sure you'll get into that and more on Hanging with Henning in just a couple of minutes. Appreciate you popping on for a couple of minutes there, Josh.
Absolutely, and I would be remiss before we get out of here because I know you're wrapping up here. You know, obviously, I really am glad you mentioned Dave Sherapan at the beginning of the show today with Billy Schweim. You know, there are a lot of people don't know this, but, you know, some of my success with the sports betting picks over the years has been because of Sherapan. He taught me a lot about presentation, about reading the sports betting lines. He was an amazing human being, and our thoughts and prayers go out to his family because he was an amazing human being, and it's just such a shame that he's gone. Yeah, definitely a loss for sure. We're all going to miss him here at 97.3. All right, Hanging with Henning, 12 noon today. Josh, we'll talk to you from Fun Fest in Margate in just a little bit. Absolutely. All right, there he is, Josh Henning from Hanging with Henning right here on 97.3 ESPN. I'll be producing that show for the next couple hours as well. But before I get out of here, I do want to get to a text. My guy Jovan chiming in. He said, if there's a positive about the Sixers, it's good to see Embiid, the person, in much better spirits. I think that bodes well this season. I agree. I'm glad he's in better spirits. We just got to hope. Just got to hope he stays healthy. Man, I think everyone just wants to see that guy succeed.
If you don't, you're a loser. All right. Also, he said, Nick, do you want the Phillies to get that 1 seed? Are you cool with the 2nd seed? I mean, yeah, it'd be nice if they could get the 1 seed. I'm not gonna, stay complacent. If they can win 2 in a row and the Brewers lose, hey, you'll take it, right? You want home field as much as you want at the bank because it's Red October. God, we're right here. I love it. I absolutely love it. Danny HC chimed in. Great show, Nick. Good job today. I appreciate everyone chiming into the show, listening today as I filled in for Billy Schweim. I want to, again, wish him condolences. He lost his brother-in-law, and then as well as losing a friend in Dave Sherapan. We're going to miss all of them. So filling in today was a lot of fun. Phils, they got you at 6:05. Remember, we got a lot going on. College football. Penn State tonight as well. Hanging with Henning is on the other side. Josh is at the Margate Fun Fest, as you just heard over the past couple of minutes. So make sure you stay tuned for that as well and hang with him for a couple of hours here on 97.3. Thanks for tuning in to the Locker Room right here on 97.3 ESPN. Billy's back tomorrow.
The preceding program was paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein.
College football Saturday on ESPN Radio. Undefeated's